Yeah, hi, this is Timothy Powell, and I wanted to take some time in order to make a demonstration of what our new claim auditor does for clients. We have a chunk of clients that are currently running on this platform, and what it allows folks to do is to translate billing and payment files, to look at denied claims, to look at billed claims in a straightforward way, parsing those complicated electronic files. So let's go ahead and log into our system. So usually one of the first things that you want to do is you want to be able to import data, new data. So when we start a new client, we import a first big batch of data, but as the files come in, you're going to want to import more data. So if you're a user, you go and click on Import Data. You pick a file from one of the 835 files that you get from your payers. So you simply click on the search bar in order to find a file. We're not actually going to import a file, so we'll just click on anything here. Then if you have existing data in your system, then you're going to just simply want to add or translate the file. If you are starting over and you're loading data from scratch, you could delete all of your 835 file, which is your payment files. The same thing with your billing files, your 837 files. So we have a couple options here in terms of what it does with a file, and this depends on how different people give you your electronic files. Sometimes people that give you electronic files think that they're doing you a favor because they put carriage returns into the files. Sometimes they put special characters into the files. So we have one function that first allows you to take the files and make them more readable by adding carriage returns, and the other is just to remove the superfluous information that you have in there. So let's go ahead and assume that we've loaded our data, and we're going to return to the main menu. Let's start by looking at some reports. So once you've loaded all the payment files, you want to look at some reports. So all of our reports can be either viewed, printed, or exported to Excel. And so our 5 basic reports that come with our system are denied claims, billed claims, paid claims, dual bad debt eligible claims. This is matching up your Medicare and Medicaid files to come up with your bad debt list, and also billed but not paid. These are claims that we have an existing bill for, but we don't see a payment coming back, and this may be due to a rejection issue rather than a denial issue. So if we click on our denials file, it's going to go ahead and pull up our denied claims. So here we have our account number, our charges, and then we can see that our amounts paid are 0. And sometimes as you look through here, you're going to see that the deductible amount is equal to the charges. That's another way of denying the claim. It gives a reference and the payer and the from and the to date. And you can also export this into an Excel, and as you work your denials, this file is going to automatically change so that the denials that are listed here are going to be actual unpaid claims. Billed claims, we want to see what claims came out electronically. Again, we can print them or export them into Excel. Let's go ahead and just take a view of claims. So here I blanked out the last names and the first names because of HIPAA concerns, so that you're not going to see the last name and first name. But these are my billed files. Paid claims, the same way. First, we're going to give you all of the paid claims, both all of the ins and outs. It's going to give you the account number, the charges, the amount paid, the deductible, a reference number, a bill type, which tells you if it's inpatient. The 13 is for outpatient, 14 is for laboratory, who the payer is, what the from and to date is, as well as the pay date. So these are actual paid claims where I can look at what was actually paid along with the deductible. Dual eligible bad debts. This is something that's really useful because as you import your claims and you're billing your Medicare and your Medicaid crossover claims, this automatically matches them up into a report. So if we open this report, we can see, I've hidden the first and last names in here, but we have an account number, start date, charges, the amount that was paid by Medicare, the deductible amount, and the amount that was paid by Medicaid. So here, for instance, we can see that there was a deductible amount that Medicaid actually paid the deductible payment. So this report you can just roll forward and use to file your bad debts as well as to track your crossover bad debts. Bill not paid. Again, we blocked out the last name and first name in here, but this gives you in this file the payer name, the place of service, 1.3 is outpatient, 1.4 is clinical lab, the amount of the charges, the from and to dates. So we can actually see these are claims that have no electronic file attached to them. And it may be because you got a paper check, it may be for several other reasons, or it may be just that the claim was never paid. So let's go ahead and go back to the main menu. You also want to work on your denials. So let's go ahead and look at denials. We capture all of the denials by claims, and you can look up the claims by account number. And again, you can see that we've hidden, and actually the subscriber number is scrambled, but we can see that from HIPAA concerns, we've made sure that you can end up violating HIPAA. But this gives the denial cascodes and tells you why the claim was denied and how much was ever paid. So for this claim, we see that there was $160,000 in charges, and eventually $98,000 was paid. But these are all the denials that went along before that. Let's go ahead and see if we can find a claim that wasn't paid. So here's a claim that was never paid, and it was denied. These are the codes explaining why it was denied. And so this is telling us that the payment is included in a skilled nursing facility's reimbursement, that even though the hospital performed the service, they can't bill for it. So that's something that you really want to check into to see what's happening, that you're not getting reimbursed for these skilled nursing facility charges. If you are a power user, and when you log in, you can actually change your passwords. So this allows you to go in and change the passwords, make them an active user, make them an admin user. So you can actually set up users in the account. There's an unlimited number of users, but this gives you the opportunity to set up users in the account with passwords. So this is our basic system. We customize this based on what you need at a particular time, but the folks that we have using this are extremely happy with this straightforward way of parsing and analyzing your electronic paid claims data. And feel free to either email me at tpowell@tpowellcpa.com, or you can call me on my cell at 813-778-8528. Thanks again.